And we're back live, the Sunday edition. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll get to the conversation right now. We'll get to the formalities you all know as well. First, there's just so much to talk about. There's no way we can even go maybe 2 or 3 days without everything that's going on in the world, right? More importantly, it affects me, affects you. I got a lot of my subscribers that are parents, a lot of my subscribers that want to know the 411 will get at me on the DM, and that's actually content idea. That's great. I appreciate you guys that ask me questions on things that are happening. We'll get to everything. We're going to get to everything. Let me go ahead and open up the chat. I appreciate everyone that's creeping in on Sunday night. That's right, the Sunday night show. We'll pop it out. Here it is. All right. That's right, Wes Carson. I see you, my boy El Chapo. ¿Qué hubo contigo, güey? Johnny Ramirez stepped in the house. ¿Qué hubo con Johnny? I always get confused. Mac. Go from Mac to a PC. It's confusing. What's up with it, Johnny Ramirez? I see you, my boy. We got a lot to talk about. So just hang tight, cabrón. Hang real tight. And then we always got to go through the formalities first. Let me see. All right, perfect. And then, yeah, that'll be good too. Andale. Let's go ahead and get into it. Gracias, all the day oneers. It's a Sunday chat. We added this show just a couple weeks ago. Because of everything that's always popping. And 2 or 3 days, like I said, it's just so much that's happening right now. I want to start it off. Well, first, of course, the day oneers, gracias. Of course, the members only, gracias, you guys as well. Let's get to the formalities first. Gracias to everyone that's been a day one supporter since the rebrand and the... So I highly appreciate you guys. Now, of course, I want to start it off by a lot of my demographic of seguidores are from SoCal. I know what's going on over there in SoCal. Me and the wifey were looking at plans that we had in the near future to head that direction. So I want to start off by saying I've been seeing the videos. It's crazy. The hurricane, it looked like it's son pinches tormentas. They're strong. Unas fuertes tormentas that are going all the way up, like to the corner of literally where Tijuas is, of Tijuana and San Diego, and that were projected to go like all the way to Vegas. So let's say from the west coast to the beach, está ahorita una tormenta, and it's going all the way. Unless people are, unless I'm lagging it and I'm not seeing IG in real time. And it's a clear sunny day and everyone's at the beach, I don't know that. But what I'm saying is that let me read what I saw. Category 4, le llamaron Hurricane Hillary, and there's been memes about that, la chingada, funny ones too. Projected to affect parts of SoCal today. Again, me and the wifey were looking at travel plans right through the route of it. Now, again, the probability, okay, right now it's a lot of tormentas. I'm hoping, like what the meteorologists say, okay, because a lot of people, they gaslight shit, hopefully, primeramente Dios, cabrones, okay? But that it doesn't come to something that's just catastrophic. Because I didn't know who, one guy said that hadn't happened like in 84 years. The other guy said it hadn't happened like in 150 years. I hadn't even done my own research. But that right there is crazy. And it's supposed to affect today, which is in real time, Sunday through Monday. And flash flooding warnings on us. So that's the shit that, the flash floodings is when those break your heart pinchy stories, man. I don't even want to talk about them now, man. But anyways, families, lives get lost is what I'm saying. So keep trucha. The first thing I want to start off the show is by telling the SoCal gente, hey, prayers up for you. Dios los tape, los cuide. Definitely, we're not playing with that. You know what I mean? Pero ultimately, Dios está en control de todo. El Chapo, I see you. How about them Raiders, Mikey? I don't know what's up, man. Today was a crazy day. I was just lounging with the family, going in slow motion. To be honest with you, I don't even know what's going on in football right now. I'm just kind of just, you know, I cooked something. Ahí tenía un pollito al disco. Boom. So I did cook something for the family. Yesterday we were out and about, and we were in, it's still not SoCal. I mean, I think we're in San Luis Obispo. We're still off the 101. So that's still the closest, largest major highway. If you wanted to head over here to this area, to Salinas, so it would have to be the 101, because the 101 runs right smack dab through it. The 5 is still for us way more inland. So yeah, I wanted to send prayers out to everyone that's being affected by that. I'm not saying go and rush and start, you know, taking over all the warehouses and the stores and all that kind of shit. No. Gracias a Dios. That's why they're talking about 80 years and over 150 years. But my prayers are over there. Orale Machete, I said mine. He said, my son lives in SD. And it definitely is not as bad as the news making it up. Boom. Tapping in real time. Beautiful. That's why I love. Es una cosa que me gusta del pinche internet. Look at that. You got people tapping in real time and saying it's some of this shit is, I know they make it seem like it's what is it? Apocalypto. ¿Verdad? Again, I'm not making light of it, gente. I've been through all that. I've been a little chavalito on my way to Mexico, cabrones. Okay? I've been to Mexico when I was a little kid, okay, arrastrado through el camión, the bus, the train, straight ride, airplane, you name it, right? I've been in thunderstorms, and I probably even shouldn't have been out of the damn pinchy bus, but maybe I thought I was older than what I was, up to my chest, water, just to bring back the tacos and the cafe. So I know what it is. Anyways, prayers, because God is good, and God will take care of all of that. You don't have to believe in him. Don't worry. We'll blanket you. You know what I mean? Boom, we'll blanket you guys over there. So sending mine over there. Something I saw on the news, it said World Track and Field, the 4x4. Okay, this was on ESPN highlight. Real quick, here's my ESPN fans right here. The 4x4 World Track and Field. The 4x4. That means they passed the baton 4 times, right? And the last one, la agarra y puras pilas. The 4x4 World Track and Field. The Netherlands. It came down to the last, and this is the 4th leg. This is la persona que tiene the 4th baton, right? Came around the last corner, and you already know. As soon as you come around that last corner, and you're the 4th person, the 4th baton on a 4x4 pinchy race. This was the World Track and Field Championships. This happened. It was an ESPN highlight. I'm talking about it now. As soon as they come that corner, it's all gas. And guess who was in the front? Netherlands. Netherlands had the United States like, look at my Nikes. I mean, like that. Like that. But what happened right... on epic fail. What happened right at the finish line, you guys? 3 feet, I want to say, 3 feet from the finish line, she flattened out on her face. Her body, she was running like ahead. Have you ever had that speed where you don't even know how you hit that speed, but you hit that speed, but it caused your body to tilt a little bit forward? Has anyone in the comment section felt that? I got to read the comments too, man. Sometimes I go over them. This is what happened to the Mona in the Netherlands, and her body was just like this, slanted forward, and then she just straight flatline. Boom! And not only did the U.S. win it, but the U.S. got a world record a la misma vez. What do you think about that, gente? I mean, I thought it was a gacho moment. She got up and... tears. I mean, you could just imagine. Come on. That's not a highlight. So she came up and feeling gacho sauce, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Live and we learn. Chicago Dumb, he says, Orale, fake news weather. Okay, here comes Chicago Dumb. All right, ready? There's 2 sides to every coin now. Can the weather be controlled? That's my question to Chicago Dumb. Can the weather be controlled? I'm going to say something that's going to blow all the gente away right now on YouTube to the point where they just banned the pinchy channel. Let it go down. I'll open up another one and we'll get to cracking again. And we'll pick up where we left off, literally. there are two government programs right now that any one of us, because I've said this, gente, time and time again, I have said this, and I will keep repeating myself. Things that they do, those, I mean, and I'm talking about the powers that be. People keep talk about who's they, the powers that be, because we talk about sometimes some heavy, deep thinking shit. You know, we have to critically think sometimes. It's not always going to be, the answer is not always going to be on A, B, C, or D. You know, it's not always going to be those four choices. We got to think sometimes outside the box, because it's chess and it's not checkers when it comes to certain things. Not everything. But here came Chicago Dumb in the comment section, and he said fake news about the weather. Well, yeah, put my mouth that way. But can weather be controlled? There's two fully funded government programs, and the information is all online for the whole world to see on how they fly airplanes. And they drop this in it to make it go this direction, and this thing has been going on for years. Just like I dropped the last time a couple weeks ago and said in front of our faces, here came a high-ranking Navy Air Force general and said, look, they've been had UFO saucers, and they've had them for decades. And what is it called? Little green men. But I mean, you know what I mean. They said biologics or whatever they said, right? So everything in plain sight, they'll put it out there, and then the people will just kind of keep going about their lives. Hey, it's the summertime. Hey, let's get a tan. Hey, Vegas. Hey, I get it. I'm going to put that information out there. Let's see what Chicago Dumb says, though. He said there was an earthquake that was also fake today. It's the lizard people. You know, I don't want to say her name right there. You say that chick's name right there, Chicago Dumb, you get whacked. You should know that, man. Retract that statement. Someone help him. Retract that one right there. Because all of a sudden people disappear when you say that name right there. That's right. Salad Boy threw it. Puro pedo. Chicago Dumb. Puro pedo. Okay, keep it pushing now. You know what happened? The Saturday night game, the Pats and the Packers, it was suspended in the fourth quarter. The rookie cornerback, he went down. Boom. All of a sudden, they put the rookie cornerback on a stretcher. It was the fourth quarter. And they took him off, and all of a sudden they halt the game, man. I hate when I hear these things, and they're very suspicious, man. You know, again, it's personal information, but these kind of things happen. Like it happened to Hamlin, right? His closest people, his people, right? Need to be looking at those reports of what the hell tests, all that they had to do, test his blood, pull fucking part of whatever, his organ tissue out, whatever you have to test. I'm sure you did it because he's playing football again, but what is that shit linked to, man? What are these vatos? Is it because these vatos are maybe putting something in them? We want to know, or we want to avoid it. You know, information. The more information the people can get, the better. The better off we are anyways, right? Trip out on this. What it came up across my... And we'll talk about S-Bone también. We'll talk about S-Bone. Because I had some DMs about S-Bone. And we're not going to go over that one. I mean, we're not going to gloss over that one. We're going to talk about S-Bone as well. It's probably right now what's number one on fire, fucking trending topic is S-Bone. And you know me, I'm not going to be the one to jump right away. Boom, boom, S-Bone, and jump. Why? Because it might be, not all the time, but it might be foolish to not let all the events play out. After a certain time, then we see more facts, and then we kind of weigh it, right? As the wise man would say. Okay. Oh, I saw across my news feed that Yolanda Saldivar is under 18 months now. The 1995 murder, La Chicana. Selena, of course, the queen. They called her the queen of rest in peace. Tejano music. Quintanilla. La Reina. And a couple weeks ago, this lady's name was circulating, right? And it was someone that was close to her, close to the lady, right? Close to this lady. And again, I feel like you guys feel, or at least I'm going to let you know how I feel. You know what I mean? What she did was so cowardice, such a cowardice act that she did. Years and years and years. And what happens when these pinche gente come up? Like, oh, you know what? It's going to be their kick out date. They at least got the minimum date so they can go in front of a board or something like that, right? Plead their case. Is the victim's family also come as well? And they said, okay, well, you're going to let her walk out the gate. But what about my daughter? You know, how does that make that make sense? So they come again, the victim's family again and again. Less than 18 months, she's already been at board already. So it's not going to be the first time, I believe. But, I mean, for her to come out here as one of the most pinche hated mujeres, some people will say bruja, some people say Paquita del Barrio. I mean, however, Rata de dos patas. It wouldn't be good. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was newsworthy. I'm like, she's under 18 months for another one. And now, of course, she's getting older and older and older. And the news reports say, hey, she's found Jesus. She's reading the word. She's meditating. She's praying. I mean, I just put that out to the people's court. You know what I mean? This is what's inside the articles and stuff like that. Does she deserve it? You can comment right there and let me know what you think she deserves. Because the whole family, and on top of that, collateral damage, because it affects the family first. Collateral damage is the effect that, you know, a young life, a young Chicana was lost, who was just her career was just budding. Her career was just budding and was just breaking into the U.S. market. Aside fuck all that money shit. Fuck all that fame and what could have been money thing, you know, because a father lost a daughter. A mother lost a daughter, right? We're just going to keep it real. But anyways, it crossed my feed, and I said less than 18 months. I thought that was newsworthy. The Heart Project. Didn't I tell him Smokey Local Bear? And I just caught it right before your comment is right at the top, cabron. So that's what's up. So yes, am I saying in this instance or anything like that? Cálmense. But I said these are fully funded projects. Because, and they will also preface it by saying, hey, this is just data. We need to have this. This is just data. Like satellites and this and that. And this is just data. It's for data purposes. And it's crazy until, you know, you never hear of any planes crashing or anything like that. I mean, they keep it really, really under wraps. Have you ever heard that in a headline out on a printed newspaper? No. But they have two. I know it wasn't just one, cabron, Smokey the Local Bear. And shout out to Smokey the Local Bear because in what he, does, you really have to fucking, excuse my language. You really have to have like a certification in knowing the elements and how things react. Wind, fire, water, all that. Let's go ahead and get into what a lot of people have been talking about this week. A lot of people have been talking about a YouTuber, right? A YouTuber, and his name was S-Bone, that there's currently an investigation in Sacramento County for his passing. There's an active current investigation. And so I got to keep it real. I didn't follow him, and the only time I heard of him was right now during his passing. But I was following some other people that were now they're what's it called? The YouTube channel says other viewers of this channel watch this channel. Then I saw his name right there. Let me see right here. Chicago Dumb. That's right, Machete. I see you, my boy. Man, Machete ain't lying on the Saldivar. You ain't lying on that one. Okay, that's right, Machete. That's right. The current investigation. So the thing is, okay, I had to go ahead and do some back research on this individual because I didn't know nothing from nothing. So I went ahead and I researched it and I said, wait a second. The first time he got attention put on him. The first time he got attention put on him was because he was next to and he did a video with that dude, Cowboy. Now, when he did a video with that dude right there, all of a sudden, other YouTubers from the same, they're from the same neighborhood, which actually that's the name of it. I said that without even trying. had made videos of how they didn't agree with him being with him because of how foul that guy is. But other people, even though, and they even say, even though some people still this and that rock with him, that was the first thing that this guy did. Okay, just boom, to get spotlight, which is, of course, someone. However, he's known, well, probably because No Jumper. Well, once you go through the doors of No Jumper, boom, there it is. You got your eyeballs, and you got a lot of eyeballs now on you. You went in front of No Jumper, so I'm saying that's how I think. And then Nipsey and the whole crime scene and the whole testifying. Giving statements, and Machete, that's right. I see you. Smoking the Local Bear, that's right. Keep that pushing. Okay. So, and then I heard, okay, Whack 100. I saw a video. Whack 100 said he got the paperwork sent over to him by the individual that's on his case, the one that everyone's referring to. And he said he got it directly, and he had it, and he's been distributing it to who he thought needed to have it, because some people questioned it, whether it was relevant or not. Again, I'm not trying to shit on this man. Rest in peace. It's a horrible tragedy. I'm just trying to give you guys the facts, because as I found these out, I was like, you know what? There's bits and pieces, and I had some cracks in it that I couldn't put together. Now I put them all together. From first off, taking photos with Cowboy, and then it came to just spreading around. And some of the guys who were making videos down there were saying the guy doesn't even stay here. So I think he might be he was an SD. So I think he was further south. But Wax said he got 17 pages because the other guy's name was, here it is. Wax said he got sent S-Bone's snitch paperwork from the person he told on, which is Tiny P Head from 60s. I'm reading, these are facts. It's all out there already. ¿Qué piensas? This is all public record. Matter of fact, I think this paperwork is, I think it's like 13 years old. 10 or 13 years old. Something like that. And that dude, Tiny P Head, he's doing live, and he's been down for 17. So he even sent it over. He said in the video, Whack. He said he even sent it over to S-Bone. I'm like, okay, so I mean, take it at face value or not. I'll leave that up to you. You guys take it at face value or not. This is what I heard. Okay, through the curb. He had a beef with that dude 600, and we already know who that is, right? C-Mac's old manager that they said that, or apparently it looked like he did do that first YouTube video that C-Mac had. I mean, YouTube channel that he had. I think it was the YouTube channel that was C-Mac DeLoke. It has just him with a blue sweater, and I think he has the Lokes on or whatever. C-Mac DeLoke. That one had like, I want to say it had like 300K subscribers. And in that first contract, people were, talking about how this dude got down like that. In that contract, see, a lot of times you don't know what you sign. He was going to do marketing content for that pinchy channel, but he wasn't going to own it. Pay attention to contracts, cabrones. Pay attention to contracts. Okay, this dude said in a video, as this investigation just kicked off, he did a live. His first live, I think, was on IG just to react to the news. And I'm talking about this dude 600. He said he had just did a live, and all of a sudden, the Hudas pull up to the door. And so if that actually occurred, it's adding more to the timeline. Like, I'm trying to find out, like, what is this? You know what I mean? So I did see one or two videos of the individual. And I mean, again, I wasn't subscribed over to him, and he was just, I guess, speaking his whatever was on his chest. So I can't call it. What do I know? I wasn't even following the guy. But these are just the 5-6 details that put it into clarity for me. So, and then 600 did a live from the 40s with the 40 ends, the neighborhoods, telling S-Bone to pull up. That was another video This is literally within like the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So this is like a little soap opera. Now it's kind of like, okay, we're doing shit on the internet. And so here's the internet this, and let's give some more to the internet here. And I guess it's on the internet. I mean, what else do you want to say? But he's telling them right there from his own neighborhood, pull up, pull up. That's bold. That's bold as hell, you know. That's, again, one of those situations. And what are you going to do, though? What are you going to do if you have an individual that says, no, well, I don't need to show you this and show you that? And I get it. I get it. You know, it's just, this is the internet. But some of this shit that pours over into real life, because a lot of these, let's just keep it real. You know, a lot of motherfuckers give off that energy, and that's what they attract. And so, F what they're talking about. You could talk about whatever you want. You're in the best country to say whatever the hell you want to say. But anyways, say like what happened to Savage Studio. Now we could talk about that on what led up to it and more this and more that, or however it was. Everyone has a different opinion on there. But this is crazy because a YouTuber, not a podcaster, distinguish both the difference between the two, right? A YouTuber is probably just someone that he's on YouTube just has a little camera or the phone, right? Or popping in with the phone or a little laptop or something like that, right? But the podcaster, well, you could tell because it's like, oh, this shit's a production now. I guess it's not run and gun, right? I guess that's the difference. But anyways, now they're doing videos, and the guy, he had a 600. He had a orange envelope, and there was another dude from 40s. And and the dude, when he was talking to the dude from 40s, 600, the dude hadn't even got out not too long ago. And they're standing right there in the neighborhood. So again, it's a hard line to push. I'm just saying that's something that, I mean, you either gonna clear it up or what are we still doing? You know what I mean? Playing games. How old are we to be doing this shit? You know what I mean? How old are we? You know what I mean? Especially with us that are in our 40s. Is this what's going on? Making videos. I seen a pendejo. He titled his video something about paperwork. And I said, what? I said, is this a grown-ass fucking kid? Or what is this? You know what I mean? Serious. Let's keep it real. All right. So there's videos out saying, okay, the internet did it. And what do people saying that the internet did it? And again, I'm referring over to S-Bone and that situation that happened. The internet did it means personal stuff that never should have been on the internet is on the internet and gets put on the internet, right? I mean, that's when those are court case statements, dockets, or what do they call them over here? Minute orders. Those court case minute orders. And then the one that S-Bone put up, there was like back and forth, like they would ask a question and there would be some kind of, you know, answering back. And we'll move off the topic right now. You know what I mean? We're not talk about him because there's a lot of other things to talk about. Trust me. There's a lot of back and forth when usually they would get the vibe, this person's not saying anything and that's it. And I want my attorney and then keep it pushing. What's the openness of having some kind of plática or dialogue? I mean, I seen too many people get it for that, man. And other things too. And half of the shit that I'm talking to the youngsters now. Half of this shit, it's a cold ass game once you get inside there. And half of the shit could be made up because all of a sudden now you just got jealousy. I don't know. I just felt like saying that. But anyways. So they're saying the internet did it because a lot of personal stuff was put on there. And also they were saying it could have been a 211. They're saying it could have been a 211 and the 211 went bad. All my law enforcement in here. And I got some right here. Shout out to you guys when you guys see me, the sheriffs. Shout out to them. They listen to Chicano too. They said it could have been that. I don't know. These pendejos, though, that they put some videos out there, huh? And they said, this is what happened. Chinga su madre. They were saying it could have been something with the plug. Something was hold the plug, and the plug came back, and it caught up with him. They were talking about there was a guy that rented out a Tesla and he had a Spanish voice, and then another video at the scene he had a Spanish voice, and here came like trying to link this guy into, I mean, I get one or two bits of information, but I can't really spin 6, 7, 8 things out of it like that. That's right, Jojo AZ. I see you, my boy. That's right, Burqueño. Let's keep it pushing, man. Let's keep pushing. Did you see in the news, Japan set to donate, this came out, the feed, I thought this was newsworthy, $2 million to Hawaii. $2 million. And now the official, now let's talk about Hawaii. And of course, we're talking about Lahaina, Hawaii. And those pinchy wildfires are just, again, we're talking about all these different theories and what everyone's reporting. Because, again, be careful with what are these pinchy websites you're reading this from, gente. Some of these things that have these funky URLs, okay, blogspot.com. And I'm not saying they have to be prestigious .coms or whatever URLs, but just know that some of this shit is just to be put out there, I guess. More National Enquirer type of fucking content that no one really it's just filler. It's filler on paper. Over 100 lives have passed now when initially was only reported 30 or 40. Those videos that I saw of the people hanging on, treading water, but it was a wildfire. I mean, it looked like a firestorm. It looked like a firestorm coming against them. To come back and have 13,000 less homes really, really hit me when I heard that news. Just like right now what's happening in SoCal as well. And the way I started the show, I'm saying prayers that way right there to anyone that's affected by that hurricane, okay? And what did I mention on my last show? I mentioned on my last show that the way we allocate money is funny. The way we allocate money is funny. And I checked now recently. Now, again, since the last show, I checked one more time because I wanted to get that number. We're easy to put $140 billion to another country. Let's just say that, another country. Sending billions of dollars in pallets on airplanes to other countries. And when it comes to our own country, yes, the Hawaiianos, our own country, $700, that amounts to less than what Japan's going to give. That's less than what Japan, did anyone hear that? That's less than what Japan's going to give. A total of $140 billion. We got problems, gente, that we got to take care of here. Number one, right here, especially those that go out to their communities. Those that go out to the communities that really see the drug problema, the homeless problema, really affects all the businesses, like on downtown and all of that. That's where these representatives should be and should step. Let's not vote these gente in that don't even reside anywhere around the neighborhood, the barrio. I've seen them again having a debate with the word barrio. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. That was a funny one. I'm gonna set the record straight again. Si no te gusta, it's okay. It's okay. You can hit the dislike too. It's barrio with the B. Don't put that V in it. It's with the B. It's with the B, gente. Once and for all, that's it. That's right, Smokey the Local Bird. That's right. Chicago says. That's right, Julio Solorio. I said mine right there. That's right. He said he's going next time. I appreciate you, Machete. That's right. That's what's up. Keep it pushing. Don't forget to hit that like, whether you're listening live right now on the replay Wednesday night, and then we're coming right after this. Guess what? Because I need to have a drink, so we're going to play them oldies tonight. It's a Sunday night show happening tonight. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Give me 1 second. That's right. Burqueño says facts, man. All we're going to give here is the facts. There ain't no cut. To the point where I told the gente, I said, our voice is going to get so big, guess what? They're making a seat for us at the table. They're making a seat for us at the table. Damn sure. I'm telling you, we could really do some damage, man, if we just get to uniting and less the yipping yapping. I like what Tony A, man. Shout out to Tony A. He posted something. It was on his IG stories. He said, normalize checking your friends without falling out. That means normalize me telling you you're fucking up. You're doing it wrong. You know, and any of my people that say they're under me and I mentor them, they need to have a teachable spirit. They know that. Off the top, they need to have a teachable spirit. You ain't gonna have no ego if you're aspiring to be on another level and you get someone to be your mentor. There ain't no ego involved. Remember, the definition of ego is self-importance. How much do you have? I'm going to say that one more time. The definition of ego is self-importance. So how much do you have inside of you? A couple drops? Some people have a couple liters, quarter tank. Some people have a half a tank. And yes, some people do have a full pinchy tank of ego. And one way or another, they try to twist it, right? Or they can manipulate you and tell you this and tell you that, but it's all because they're trying to feed lo que ya tienen. That's the first thing we need to shake. That's right. I appreciate you. Robert C's in the casa. Our own people hate on each other. When we fix that, we'll take over. True. We got to fall under an umbrella, though. We got to have open dialogues and open conversations. You know what I mean? First thing is shake the pendejos and shake the clowns. And you can't get nothing done with them. You can't get that. So just like, oh, man, shout out to OG, Triple OG on what he does. Two pendejos that he shook. One was a straight imposter, talking about his time and this and that and this and that. When people say that he's all wise and he's all intelligent and stuff like that, well, then, first off, the guy told on everything because, of course, you have to. I'm sure the guy went through the step-down program. But then to put his face out on YouTube and then was putting, I'm over here, I'm in this location. That ballsy or is that stupid? Face on YouTube, this is where I live. And then all of a sudden, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and boom, sas bolas. And then what he said, I'm going to take some time. Oh, I'm good, all the people that reached out. Pendejada, man. Just like the other pendejo. I'm going to say this, watch. He said otra mentira. He said otra mentira. Nothing new to the pendejo. Let me see. Here it is. Talking about the last message. Oh, yeah, that we were cool and this and that and the super love jam and stuff like that was not from me to you. It was from you to me. Oh, I got a job that has me out of state for a couple months, carnal. I'll be stepping away from YouTube for a while. Yeah, that was because the paperwork with AC dropped and chinga su madre. Shout out to Chemo's Flicks. I don't even know how we went in that direction. Anyway, it was just one more lie. There, I just put more truth out there on the pendejo. Floyd Chavez Sr., I see you, my boy. ¿Qué hubo, Jojo? Estaba calor aquí, man. It was warm. Can you hear? My bad, you guys, if you can hear the AC. Probably don't even care about it, but if you can hear the AC in the background, my bad, you guys. It's Sunday night. We got about maybe 6 more minutes, and then we're going to jump into some oldies later. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. Let me read the comment section and go through, make sure I didn't miss anything. What's up, DJ Mikey? Got a 32-ounce Modelo, man. I wish I could, cabrón. I've been drinking 100-calorie pistos, and that's the only reason que tengo una cintura. If not, I would have had the Dunlap, the pinche llanta, the Dunlapped over your belt. Chicago Smart, he says, damn, Chicago Smart. He knows. He's a sleuth ese way, ¿o qué onda? Figure shit out, pinche gadget. Orale, Mikey. Artie Marin just stepped in the casa. That's what's up, my boy. We're coming up on 8 o'clock. We're going to play some rolas. We're talking about a little bit of everything. Well, first off, those storms with Hillary that was coming up the coast. Some people put videos, but then someone was over there in the area and in real time gave us an update. In real time, it said, okay, calmado. Those are videos that are just we're at a certain little hot point, and they're just regurgitating the videos. Everyone's just resharing. I'm like, that's the beautiful thing about the internet. We'll catch it like that. We'll catch it in real time. And then we're talking about the Saturday night football game when someone else went at cardiac arrest. And I'm saying, don't these guys have the best medical doctors in the world? They can't figure this out, or are they telling them something they're not telling us that is linked to something where they're just not putting information? I'm telling you, we had Karina Powers, and that's a wonderful interview. Go and trip out on her, the chairwoman of the RNHA. We had Karina Powers talking about medical and how some medical doctors barely just take orders when it concerns your health and do the bare minimum. Nothing else. And you think you got a PPO and you're covered for this, for that, and they're only going to do the bare minimum. And when it turns into like a John Q situation, they won't know. That's crazy. So they won't even really tell them. I remember I had a friend who said his mother-in-law came from Mexico. She was feeling some type of way over there, had some medical studies over there in Mexico, and they didn't find anything. And I think she had 2 o 3 estudios. Those are called studies. Those are basically 2 or 3 different appointments. Well, when she came over here, she went to a doctor. Now, this doctor, he did the right job. And guess what he discovered, though, unfortunately? Yeah, he discovered cancer. So I'm just saying, those are the doctors. Those are the choices. Sometimes it's the doctor, the right one for you, and sometimes it's just the one that's going to cut the mustard. Because he gets a little gift every Navidad. Sas. A little. You know what I mean? Comes in the mail. Oh, thank you. The association, the board, the table, directors, whatever the name of it, where it comes from. Mr. Chavez, I said mine. That's what's up. OG Floyd, that's right. YouTube General Artie, that's what's up, man. Yeah, he's moving up, right? Started off a bomber. First he was on the bleachers, bomber, right? Boom, bada, bing, 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 bing. I'm just kidding, puro pedo. Much love from Seaside to Salabo. That's right, man. Shaggy Lokes in the casa. Day oneer right there. One of my day oneers from way back. Man, where you been? Hit that like, man. That's what's up, man, on Chicano Tube. We're talking about Yolanda Saldivar is coming up less than 18 months for parole. And she's the one, of course, the whole world knows who she is. So a lot of people say public enemy number 1. I mean, less than 18 months. And so there have been some news articles circulating about her and just showing she's been reading the Bible, reading scriptures, praying, meditating, and it also said some things like, oh, some people were just twisting her up and put certain information out there that wasn't true or whatever, because 95 to now is 23 plus 5 is 28. And what state is she in? What state is she? Is she Texas? And I don't know, is this state or fed in Texas, or how does that work? Is that like not like maybe someone could chime in before I go? Is that like not like California, or I'm sure, of course, you can go to the feds from any pinche state, all 50. No soy pendejo. I'm just saying, how does that work over there? So she'd be in the state. Does anyone know from Texas? I don't know. Dime. Robert C says, I don't know nothing. All I know is pinche go Cowboys. Okay, I'm gonna drop some memes in the community page, you guys, and I'm just gonna say, F it, start going off on football, and just let loose, shoot cannons, because we only got 6 months of it, so let's enjoy it. Next thing you know, it's the I kid you not. Next thing you know, here come the pinche holidays, you guys. Next thing you know, here come the holidays, and we're like, how did we get to? October's already coming up. They're already playing Michael Myers and all this other stuff. And Chucky, did you see that little video with Chucky? I'm talking about the one, the Blood In, Blood Out, right? He goes, estos vatos valen verga. Párate, Chucky, párate. So this is a Spanish one. It's a Spanish one, right? And here comes the Chucky doll. Remember? He's walking. Change his camera angle. Párate, Chucky, párate. Remember, did you see that video? And he's walking like this, the Chucky doll. Ching. I thought that was a good one. Whatever page that shared that one, I followed it right away because that was a good one. And, of course, we're talking about S-Bone on this live, giving a little bit of recap, and I'll read some of the comments right here. Burqueño says, pure blood. Chingado, man. You got to be pure blood. Despensa la tira, Mikey looks at Sen, mas that's right, can't stop, V. A ver si te voy a mirar, güey. Septiembre, voy a caerle allá con el frijol. Le voy a caer allá, man. We're going to have a good old time, man. Shoot, I'm going to take a couple of those paleta fire. Power sticks. Go over there at least half a day. So, si estás allá, güey. But of course, no, I mean, I can't just call it myself. Got to get with the fellas. But anyways, al norte miro por allá, güey. It might be hot. It might be hot, too. I don't know. Maybe there's a fight. Maybe we could plan it for a fight weekend también, you know? That's right, Floyd. ARC, Machete, 5-star general. That's what's up. So we're talking about also S-Bone. Just wrap it up. I didn't know nothing. I didn't follow this dude. All of a sudden, when I started looking at one video, you know how the algorithm works. It starts recommending videos of the sort. And then I found out, okay, this dude, he came out with Cowboy. And then that got the attention from him from that he shouldn't have wanted, you know, not like these other pendejos that are still hanging on a cliff for this fucking dude who's a registered on Megan's Law S offender, gente. You think I'm joking around when I'm cracking jokes when I'm talking about like sympathizers? What's worse, them that do it or those that enable, support, hide it, protect it? Turning a blind eye, turning a shoulder, same thing would be like as in fucking trafficking niños or something like that. It's sick. And these people, these sympathizers, well, Hoodie from the hood said it best. Hoodie from the hood. And that dude 600, he went straight to the 40s, straight to Jerry's Liquors right in the front. They're going back and forth on the videos, and it is what it is. And fuck it, you guys want to do videos. Saying I'm right here with your partners with the pinchy pop with papers because Whack got him from the dude in the pen. I had to catch up on all this information, so there's a lot of, I say that to say this, there's a lot of theories going on, right? There's a lot of, and it's up to the police to figure that shit out. I'm just trying to catch up what they already putting out there, like in publications. Like, damn, this was like within 3 weeks. Like, do interviews like was going to go good and end up on platforms. And then to something like this, because, you know, when that other individual passed away over there, like in Palm Springs, we know who it is. Everyone was like, is it that serious? Does it translate over? And it definitely does. It definitely does, man. What the hell you put out there definitely does, man. Watch what you put out there, gente. It's going to come back. I don't call that no natural laws or attraction or nothing like that. I call that God. I call that God. And I say, we're going to reap that shit. Be careful. Be careful. So I don't know. I can't call it, but it definitely was like a wildfire all over the place. First place I think I saw it was, shout out to Alonzo from Street TV. He was the first one I think I saw it. So we're going to wrap it up. Let me just read these comments right here. I send mine hope all is well. Machete Loco, that's right. Already Marin, the Bay Area is in the casa. There's going to be a recession in 2024. Wait, we're already in the middle of one. We're getting used to these prices of gas. Everyone thinks $5.50 is cool. Like, they've already got us used to that, like $5.50. You know what I mean? Until people can flip it around, that means people that know how to work, you know, the numbers. You know what I mean? The numbers. I think right now everyone's trying to be like the ethic police, the moral police, and try to change people's principles. They're more focused on trying to change people's ethics and principles and rearrange the family and all these other shit right now than what's really important is the fucking economy's crashing. First thing we did was shut all the fucking oil down and start buying our oil. And everything is just the ripple effect of what's going on. And the numbers, they don't even put them out there, cabrón. They're 8%. Right now it's 8% unemployment. Look that up. I got to know that number. Just like I got to know my market. Every single day. The wifey, she took an IG video of me, right? Or an IG video. No, it was like a photo on IG. And she said, what's he doing? What's he doing? And I shared it, but I should have put a better caption. I realized after. I said, what I'm doing is I'm making sure my clients are getting top dollar for their home. You know, always on that pinche teléfono, okay, no? So, anyways, when it comes to the real estate, cabrón, it's a seller's market. Let's just keep it real right now. It's a seller's market. Doesn't mean it's not a good time to buy. Historically, 7% has been all the way through decades and decades. It's bounced to 7%. You look it up, like a rubber band, it's bounced to 7%, going all the way back to the 60s, 70s, 80s. It's bounced to 7%. What does that mean? We can get it in right now, and then later on, we'll actually have way more wiggle room to be able to leverage some feria in the home, to the point where I can move money and I help familias where the wife can finally retire and they could finally pay off the college loan for the daughter and the car that they had to pull out for her. And helping familias like that, I'm telling you, that's why he takes care of me, because I know how it works. I got to take care of the people and have no ego and put them first and help them and come from that place in my heart. And then God takes care of me. That's how that works. 49ers way just stepped in the building. Here we go. Banging football. Bang, bang. Purdy looks good. He looks good. He's just giving people heart attacks. He's not sliding way. He didn't slide way. He almost went in like he wanted a shoulder, go in shoulder head first with like a safety or a back or a linebacker way. So, man, Shanahan said post the game, and I only seen a little highlight. That this kid, you know, he's full of youngster juice, but just calm down, stick with the principles, because if this dude gets hurt, there's a high probability way. Who do we have? Darnold? The rest of it goes on Darnold's head, you know? I'm going to answer these comments. We're past 8 o'clock, but they have to keep commenting, so we're going to go with it. That's what's up. Again, my bad. If you can hear the air conditioner, it's hot today, cabrones. If you can hear the air conditioner, my bad. We'll finish up with these ones right here. That was the recap. Go back, and I'll leave this one up live. Good Platica. We'll be back, of course, on Wednesday. We got to play some oldies. We just have to. You know what I mean? That's my therapy. Go 49ers again. We got them 2 back-to-back on top of each other. Boom, there's 3. Artie Marin says Niners. But then Floyd Chavez comes in and bangs the opposite direction. He says, go Browns. Okay, real quick. $230 million. And was it 180 of that guaranteed? Deshaun Watson has one of the biggest question marks of this pinche season. Deshaun Watson. Because he has a lot. That's right. Good looking out 49er ways. That's right, my boy. We have Trey Area. Yeah, we have Trey. What? Okay, don't let me forget about that. I'm gonna mention something about that cabron too. Deshaun Watson needs to show up. I know everyone's looking at Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, New York, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, yeah, I get that. He's always going to bring a little bit of hype everywhere he goes. He actually wanted to be a 49er. And we actually didn't draft him. And San Francisco actually passed up on him with no shame and no mercy, because you just have analytics. You just got to choose off the best data presented at that time, and I think they called it wrong, cabron. But anyways, the Browns. I'll get to the Trey right now. Good looking out, though, 49er way. He has huge expectations. He ain't got... Deshaun Watson has the type of contract, gente, where he ain't got no time for tune-ups. He ain't got no time to try to test his arm, okay? He needs to go in there, and he needs to go in there throwing. The only problem is O-line, offensive line. Why do you think San Francisco has the number 1 offensive lineman in the country? That dude, Trent. You think that's a coincidence? No, it's not. You got to protect the ball in order to maximize the chances of getting something positive, some positive yardage, right? I seen a video of a quarterback. What was his name? Oh man, maybe you know what it is, right? He scrambled back. He scrambled back. It was a touchback. Boom! He ran back 10 yards. He went to he swept left. He passed the line to scrimmage, kept going like 10 more yards, and the whole time he was pumping the football. And I'm like, bro, get these mistakes out in preseason right now, because that's horrible. That was like a second or third stringer. He ran past the goal line 10 yards and pumped it. I don't know. That was crazy. Okay, anyways. Go Browns. Anyway, that's what Salvador is serving a life sentence in Mountain View. Okay, Mountain View. It's a city right here close by where it sounds like us. But Gatesville, yeah, she's in TDC. So she's in the TDC. Oh, okay. Okay, March. Is it 18 months then? I don't know. That's what the article said. But it's getting down to the wire, and that's stirring a lot of shit up. You know, it brings up emotions and people fucking up, her fucking up everything that she did. So it stirs it up. And of course, it's going to stir up the conversation. Merece or no. And you're going to see the newspaper articles and all that. Anyways, let me try to go through these. I never heard of Esbon until he died. Robert C. Yeah, me neither. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to shit on him or anything. I don't know the man. But the facts of all that getting back and forth into it with 600, and then all of a sudden the investigators show up at the dude's door because, of course, he was doing paperwork. They were talking about paperwork back and forth for a couple weeks. I mean, being in your 40s, and I understand unless if he was trying to get a bag out of it, get subscribers and drop videos, and if that was his thing, then okay. You know, then he was going to keep dropping videos and stuff like that. But why do you need that in your life, man? Why do any of us need that? This is not reality. Reality is when I hit this fucking X button right here. I mean, X on the laptop, turn the stream off, and then get back into reality. Tap back in with the familia. That's reality. Especially this talking tough in front of a camera. You can't be over 40s and doing that and claimed, you were something or knew something, because it's just, you're not even going to say it. People are just going to know it. The aura is going to come up off you. But people that just talk on the internet, it's crazy. And I've been guilty of it too. There's a pendejo on here. He still owes me 10 racks. He still owes me 10 G's. But the reason I go after that pendejo is because to me it's business. It's my 10 G's. And he thinks he could be, talking about some lame ass shit. Paperwork party. Some shit you have absolutely zero footing to be even talking about that topic in particular. Of course you could talk about your life story, but look at you. This is what it's come to. This is what it's come to, huh? Well, I guess. I mean, I never thought I'd see like fucking Sammy and Michael Francis, two mafia bosses, arguing on YouTube. Once you see that, you've seen it all, right? Miss Chicano 2 just stepped in the building. She said, Trump 2024. Chicago dumb might say otherwise. Chicago dumb. He said, send as much money as we need to. He's probably going to watch. Now, all of a sudden, now he's going to call. Watch. He's going to call. Chicago dumb said, send as much money as we need to Ukraine to save lives. And I say this. Should we even have U.S. lives over there? Should we be the beacon of light out to the whole world, where we have entities such as NATO that cost hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to operate every year, yet the United States pays for like 35% of that pinche bill? What I'm saying is this mismanagement of money happening in a lot of places. Saludos, G. That's right, X-Rated 559. That's right, man. I appreciate you, my boy. Man, hit that like. I'm here. I'm going overtime now. I guess I'm just going overtime because the comments are coming in. Maybe they're asking certain things. We talked about some things. Go ahead and hit that rewind, though, if you want to watch it one more time. Of course, I'm going to leave this one up because it had some good convo. Maybe people clipped it up or something. It might got clipped. I might have got clipped up. It's a recession when your neighbor loses his job. It's a depression when you lose yours. Damn it, man. Giving klecha. I mean, did you hear that? Did you hear that? So, again, the saying me, my four, and no more applies to a lot of situations, especially when they talk this doom and gloom stuff and where they want you to raid the pinche Costco's and empty out all the pinche toilet paper to where the gente can't even go and buy un pedazo de toilet paper because everyone's thinking it's the end of the world. My wife was traveling during the last couple years and hitting other states, because if you didn't know who she is, she just follow her on IG. Once you follow her on IG, you're going to be like, you ain't shit, Mike. You ain't shit. Traveling all over the states, and they're like, what you guys are doing in California is crazy. It's like you guys are your own country. We're wide open over here. And if they ever would have showed a true map of the flu and every who it was hitting, and the hot spots being 6 to 8 states, a lot of people wouldn't have had to suffer depression. A lot of people wouldn't have had to go through very hard financial difficulties, close their businesses doors down that they've had in the family, a business for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. And if they did it once, I can guarantee you they could do it again. As messed up as that is, right? As that sounds right there. We have Trey Area, bro. You know what? I'm not 100% on that move, man. I think that move might backfire away. Here's the thing, okay? We moved up, power move up in the draft. The quarterback class on that year, they had Fields, they had Jones, they had Lance, they had Wilson. Well, I'm glad we didn't get Wilson. Ese pinche way. I don't know. He's a slow developer, right? But we need someone that's just going to come. I wish we would have had Mac Jones, bro. And I'm talking real. You already know how I am, cabrón. Straight from the corazón way. If Mac Jones put up 8 wins right away, they put him in. He put up 8 wins, cabrón. O sea, that's at least positive numbers. And some kind of, it wouldn't have left us with so many question marks in the offseason way. Who's QB1? Who's QB1? We're going down to the wire trying to figure out who QB1 was. Now we're talking in a sports talk. Orale. Shout out to Kev Mac Videos. He started another channel, and it's sports talk. And I get in his comment section, except he forgets sometimes that it's me. Because, it was Salinas Report before, and I would always comment. But now he knows because I always come in with almost the same grammar every time. So what I say is now he's kind of like, okay, that's Mike, But we were talking baseball over there. Whatever's cracking live. I just turn on the TV and see everything. And I also got the Sunday ticket, you guys. If you guys had the NFL Sunday ticket before, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You need to watch that on YouTube now. If you don't have it through YouTube and pay them their $4, they want $400 up front for the Sunday ticket. That's crazy, man. But your boy got it. So, anyways, I wish we would have got Jones. That's all I'm saying, 49er way. But you could feel it because, we're seeing them all on the same, grow side by side on different teams and look at the numbers. So Justin Fields, a lot of people say he would have put up more numbers too as well if he didn't have such a weak O-line. As Chicago Dumbs, he's going to get mad, right? Weak O-line. Huh? That's his team right there, right? He's still in the comments. Look, I see him because he's wrenched up. You stand out like a pinchy highlighter way. Don't try to hide, cabrón. Inflation is like toothpaste. Once it's you can hardly get it back in it again. Man, I'm telling you. You don't know about that baking soda toothpaste. Well, some of you do. Chingado. I thought that was rock bottom. You want to hear what rock bottom is? Brushing with baking soda toothpaste. Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny, man. You don't want to know about that, okay? Why would I tell you about that as well? Some people wear that shit like they're so proud of that, huh? Oh, yeah, I was crushing sopas and I shot a linea and this and that. And bro, what a waste of time, man. But anyways, baking soda toothpaste, no joke. Harlan Moreno, Cropper, Dallas Cowboy, rookie from Fresno. ¿Qué pasó con eso, güey? Cropper, Dallas Cowboy, rookie from Fresno. No, I don't know. Break that down to me again, man. My bad. What's on? Trey Lance is a bus, carnal. Arroz con leche just stepped in the casa. That sounds good right now. Sunday, I'm eating a little bit more way. But, man, yesterday we had In-N-Out. Today I made some pollo al disco. I also made some papitas. I got I did hot wings. I did chicken wings también before, right? And I seasoned half of them with lemon pepper and the other one with like a Tabasco sauce. And everything was on the fryer. Just got to go a little bit higher temperature, a little bit lower oil. And that way it cooked faster because the family was hungry. Then went to run around. The oldest daughter came back. Everything's good, man. Trey Lance is a bus, carnal. I'm thinking he might be 49er way. Don't get mad, way. Don't get mad, way. I'm just saying, again, it's not a religion to me, gente. We're not throwing chingazos at the park like the socias and the outsiders. For any football team, they don't fucking pay any of your bills or my bills or take anything off the table. But yes, I love my teams and I have my teams, right? But I like to think objectively. If this guy doesn't put up numbers year 2, year 3, year 4, the faster we trade him, the more value he's gonna have. The faster we need to, if we need to come to the conclusion that this guy's gonna just develop slowly, then let's move on. And because we have some of the best defensive players, we need to lock in to make sure, because defense wins games, so we can see the NFC title game again. And right now we got Purdy and we got Darnold. And Trey's going to get some touches, but there's so much pressure on him. He just throws the one bad pass, and they just label him no good. That's got you. I know. That's got you. All right, that's right, Mikey. Just negativity, sorry. Oh, we shake negativity, cabrón. Sas. We shake like boxing way. I slip and I roll negativity all day long. And sometimes, it just comes out. Again, with the chisme or the novela and the pendejadas, I want my money. Them little 10 G's, I ain't forgot about that. The lawyer didn't forget about that. Believe me, he wants that. He filed. He wants his cut. Wait. And he's a pit bull, too. It's only business, man. I have a feeling Sam Darnold might be finishing up the season for the 49ers. Who else? Someone name me this. Let me see if I have all these NFL experts over here. Hopefully, let me see. What other team has gone through all 4 starting quarterbacks in the same season, other than the San Francisco 49ers last season? Someone name me that. No, I'm not saying that. Woe is me. Woe is me. I'm just saying, is it a fact? What other team has done that? Because we went through all 4 and estamos chingados, and that gives us a little bit of trauma. And we're thinking more than 2 quarterbacks to get depth. And yes, Trey Lance is one. At the end of the day, we went up to that. Get him. Look what we gave to Miami. We gave them number 1 picks and all kinds of feria. Miami has a super stacked team of elite football players, and part of that is because of us. It's just like when the Rams went to go get Stafford. The Rams sold the farm and everything they had to get Matthew Stafford, who said he got a phone, who said he was getting groomed for over a year by that head coach over there, the Rams head coach. He had already been in talks with him for over a year, but got a phone call in Cabo San Lucas, a la chingada, that here's a mega deal. Of course, I'm talking about super agents. These are the ones making these moves, super agents. This is the move that's being proposed right now. And my brother-in-law said, "Agüita," but I told my brother, he's a hardcore Rams fan to the casket drops. I told him, you got what you wanted. You got a Vince Lombardi. All that feria wasn't for nothing. I said, you got a Vince Lombardi. The only thing is the Rams had the worst Super Bowl hangover in history. That means being on top of the mountain, as high as they were up, to being as low as they were for a coming back championship team, and just scraping at the bottom of the division every time. Last year. Again, that was last year. Now, I'm not talking about this year. That was last year, all right? More than 1 million people? No. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Arroz con leche. Let's talk about that. This is what happened. Okay, I want to know this, and this is me just being objective. I'm putting information. I'm not giving anything new. Everything is already out there. The CDC posted it on all their websites. Now the vato that was calling all these shots, doctor whatever, he's nowhere to be seen. I bet you what he's doing. He has one of those fucking sun reflectors, and he's working on his tan with all the feria that puso en su pinche bolsa. But anyways, here's what happened. So the statistics are there every single year. Their numbers, that's all they are. It's data being collected every single year from the CDC and all their websites, right? And it's per state. They have it per county. They have a lot of data of people that get sick every single year. Nothing slips by, especially something like the flu, because there's something called flu season. So this is flu season. When it happens, you could consider flu season to also be like a mini P. You know what I mean? That means una plaga, but it's not. People know it was 3.5 million that were dying. And of course, the people that die are the ones that already have more compromised immune systems. That means these are the senior citizens, se resfrían. Esto ha pasado hasta en México. Se resfrían. They die from RSV. They die from flus. They die from all these things, right? So that's what I'm saying. So all of a sudden, when there's an average of like 3.5 million, the number gets moved over into another category, and no one's supposed to pay attention that the 3 million that we had on average every year, and again, most of them being people with compromised immune system. Tell me if I'm making sense. These are people on an annual basis that succumb to these things. And again, I'm coming from a place where I know personally, like in my own family, I know personally these things. So again, these are the numbers. All of a sudden, there's less than half a million, but all of a sudden this category goes to 2 and 3 million, and they keep raising the ceiling and raising it, all the while pushing bills that's just lining their pockets up way. See, they can call it whatever they want way, until we get our eyes off of this TV and off of this news and off of these phones and off of this, and then get out there in the real world and see, like my wife that was traveling all over the world, and she was like, fuck, honey, everyone else is cool, and over here they're not letting, and they're saying it's just a little hot spot here and a little hot spot there. It's still the flu way. Oh, my bad, I don't even know who that was, but it's still the flu. O sea, it's still the flu. And so I'm not saying it can't knock someone off their feet or anything like that. It's depending you and your immune system way. Philadelphia 1990s. Where do we go with that? Oh, arroz con leche. Orale, Chicago dumb. I agree. Some will probably finish with the Niners. Sam will probably finish with the Niners. Fuck, man. It's called injuries. You know, my brother-in-law, he's a Rams fan. He puts a lot on Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is an absolute monster. But he needs to stay healthy. And so when an injury happens to a key player like that, damn, it sucks. But if you guys already figured out how to watch it, because I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm on YouTube. Obviously, I am. And so I have it now on YouTube TV. So don't forget, that's how you guys have to watch it. Unless you get stuck with the NFL Plus, unless you want the Red Zone or the Plus or something like that. But you'll never watch a game from beginning to end unless it's on your local network, which I don't think it is. You guys, I'm going to start checking out of here. Let me see last comments. Mikey, you think they should have kept Jimmy G? I would have liked to kept Jimmy G. Why can't, isn't Jimmy G a good bench rider? Shit, he's actually performed a couple. He's just another dude he got injured. I mean, I don't know how much his stock is. Okay, he's starting, right? He had to pass those physicals. That was hard. But you know what? Man, the Raiders are going to just have to do what they do with him. I mean, they got to do what they got to do. I would have liked to kept him, to be honest, to keep it 100. That's right, Lito the Boss. I agree. Wes Carson, that's what's up, man. Last team to go through all their quarterbacks was the Eagles. But what year is that, Machete? What year is that? I'm just saying, like, damn, we had it done recently. Is that like from the 80s? Did it happen that far apart? That's crazy if it did. Look at Chicago dumb. He's talking about indictments and impeachments, huh? Ain't you Chicago dumb? Call in, cabron. He says you're wrong. Look at him. Este way. Se pasa. He's sipping. Chicago dumb sipping night train wine over there. I think mataron a la gente. Shots. Which one is that? X-rated? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién mató a quién, güey? Shot. Mr. Mikey. Salud. That's right, man. Spider-Man's just stepped in the casa. That's right. Southside Stockton's in the building. I'm going to go ahead and get on some oldies in a little bit, you guys. We're coming up at 8:30. Holy smoke. We went overtime. There was a lot to talk about. Robert C., Tom Brady, Joe Montana. Okay, we're talking about the best, is that the GOAT, the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks? That's a pretty good list. That's a pretty good list for the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up right now, 8:30. Burqueño, there's not one man who could have stopped. There's not one man that could have stopped, man. I'll tell you what, I wish we would have. I would have preferred to got a Deshaun Watson, man. Why couldn't we lock in that cabron right there? Imagine Deshaun Watson in Frisco with the and of course I know he's a lightweight. What is he, a weirdo or what happened to him? No, the massages, right? Okay, I get it, right? Write newspaper articles about that and throw eggs at him, whatever. But on the field is different. That's his off the field massages. I think that's what it was, right? Or someone correct me if I'm wrong. I want to make sure he's not a weirdo, right? Or fucking Megan's Law. I wish we would have got Deshaun Watson, man. We would have absolutely smashed, man. And then that dude Skip Bayless, who is he getting? He's getting Richard Sherman to replace Shannon Sharp. He ain't gonna be able to replace Shannon Sharp. I think Richard Sherman might swing it, but Skip Bayless, I think a lot of people just kind of wanted to back up from that dude, to be honest. I think they wanted to back up from that dude Skip Bayless. I don't know why. I just have a feeling, he's old school and let him have his own platform. Why does he need to have a co-host? Why does he need to have a co-host? Why not he just carry the whole thing by himself? Right? Let me see. What's up, y'all? Why did I miss that? Oh, you guys are whacking comments. Oh, yeah, look at Chicago Dumb. He said, hey, Trump, wasn't he president during that? How did he let that happen? Huh? The same thing they were saying about the other vato that was, the sad thing was he was wrapping kids in foil, and they were taking pictures of them like hot dogs, and he built the cages. That was gacho sauce, too. So there's certain things, of course, they're going to stay on your jacket. What are you going to do? Change history? You can't. But they can't show those kids in cages from when those pictures were taken in 2012, 11, and 10, and then they can't just bring them now and say, oh, yeah, what's happening right now. That fucking kids in cages is another topic. That pisses me off, man. That right there is... See, that's why you guys are coming to the right channel. I'm telling you. It ain't red and blue over here. It's what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Whatever happened to fucking common sense? Put a kid inside of a cage? You know how much that pisses me off? That's going to be one of my principal things. I'll debate any cat. Call in at any time. 831-205-1735. And you tell me why that fucking system is so fucked up and it should stay that way. There's ways. There's ways to handle it. But to someone that really wants to handle it, or to other people that just want to use it for a political vote, or just use a certain type of raza. Let me get that raza vote. Boom. And it doesn't mean anything. Like Ice Cube. Shout out to Ice Cube on an interview he did with Tucker Carlson. Ice Cube's the kind of individual, he just don't give a shit. He don't. And he'll tell you some deep shit about in the music industry and getting proposed to belong to this group and that group, and he'll tell you some crazy shit, just like Bone Thugs and Harmony también. But he's his own man, and he's not going to be persuaded. He's going to think for himself, right? That's crazy. So Chicago Dunn says, crazy how America faked COVID all across the planet. I don't know if it was all across the planet, way. I mean, come on now. You're just throwing shit out there. You already know what it was, right? There was a couple hot spots, and tell me if I'm wrong. Again, the wifey was flying all over the country. There was hot spots in 6 to 8 states. 6 to 8. So subtract 50 minus 6 to 8 states, and the rest of those states were operating at 100% capacity. I'm not saying they didn't have gloves. I'm not saying they didn't have hand sanitizers all over the place. Or I'm not saying they didn't have masks as an option. But most people were like, okay, it's a strain of the flu. And keep it pushing. We're going to wrap it up. Give Mikey 90s for the Eagles all on a Monday night. That's right. Is that your team right there, Machete? 90s for the... Oh, okay. That was the last time. 90s for the Eagles. So 30 years until a team like the 49ers last year went to... It is what it is. It's a misfortune way. But guess what? Football, you guys are super thirsty for football, man. I ain't never seen anyone share as many preseason clips than this year in my life. You guys are super thirsty for football. I'm excited for it as well, but you guys calm down. Those are preseason games. I've never seen them get the big wig commentators and put them on these pinchy games as well. That's a trip, man. It's just preseason, and they calm down. I know it's Niners and Raiders, but it's funny, man. We're just super thirsty this year, right? It's growing in stock. The number one sport actually baseball. If you didn't know, baseball makes more money than the NFL. If you didn't know, you thought the popularity? No. It's America's pastime. And Chicago Dumb has one of those epic, fucking classic baseball fields over there in Chicago, man. I think it's Wrigley, one of those fields that you got to go to. I went to Oracle the other week with my oldest daughter. Man, we had the floor seats, premier. What do they call it? Premier? Who knows the Bay Area? Who knows the Oracle? What are the ones where you just walk in, and it's the first level where the brick and mortar is open, like the arches. The brick and mortar arches are open, and you're on floor level. Who knows? My Oracle fans. So they were called like premium floor seats or something like that, right? Anyways, me and my daughter were just, man, and the game goes by quick because they have a timer on the pitch now. Here we go, past 8:30 now. That's what's up. That's right, Machete right there. Hit the core values in the end of this. To anyone that's tapped into this, always know this. You're going to hear this, see this across the banner, and hear it heard from the gente here who pushed this line, Dios, Familia, y Cultura, on a Sunday night, you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. We hit the 8:30 mark. We can go here at horas y horas. Let me get the last comments, though. Que locos, they're all crazy. Burqueño, that's right, my boy. Spanks, that's right. Arroz con leche, vatos are saying I didn't drive. Okay, we'll continue talking about that, but we'll come back on Wednesday night, gente. You know, if it affects me and affects you and affects our familias, and that's what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? We mix it up, right? A little bit of everything. We get some cheese, man, and we get into the novela shit. But then we get into sports, world, politics, trending, whatever it is. If it affects me, affects you, that's what's more important. Shout out, I want to send a prayer also again. But it's like the third time now to everyone on Hillary. Keep trucha with Hillary, you guys. It's just a thunderstorm. A lot of people tapped in from all that region of San Diego going up to Vegas and saying, you know what, it's nomás son tormentas, and they're not, it's not showing like the IG videos showing shit blowing all over the place. Calmados, let's not regurgitate shit and keep spreading it, because I think they know that it's pura agua right now from what I'm hearing from people tapping in from San Diego all the way to Vegas. And some people tap right here in the comment section. So gracias, you guys. I'm out. I'm gonna check back in with the familia. Que look good. Mikey. That's right, man. That's right. Buenas noches, Mikey. Smoking the Local Bear. I send mines right there. Good combo, Mikey. That's right. Arroz con leche. To the next episode, we'll have more combo like this on Wednesday, cabron. I'll catch you with that on Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get into some rolas, though. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and hit the all. And let's go ahead and just wind this up with some oldies. I'm going to catch you guys on the next episode. Remember what I always say, though. In the end, all you got is the memories.